You come out to have family fun. You come out to have family fun at a farm, and all of a sudden you realize there's a car show going on. So that's interesting, but awesome. Hey, thanks for the birthday gift.
You're welcome.
Well, that was an unexpected part of today. But I'll take it. And a few more amazing cars. Man, well, this is already an awesome day. How's it going? Probably my favorite car of the lot. Although the 720s are pretty cool. Of course, can't go wrong with a GTR. I love it. How do you feel?
I don't. I find it interesting that I don't.
I was gonna say good, but I don't know if that would come off. You know.
Honestly, literally, my initial reaction was nothing, and then my first thought after that was, now I don't get to punch him.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was really it.
So what's up, guys? See, this is the vlog part. So I just released this video where I did a reverse camera install on my Talon, which is great. What you didn't see is me fuck up the wiring. Yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta make mistakes to learn. Ultimately what I did is this wiring, I was checking to see if, where is it? Right here, I was trying to see if this would fit through the hole that I drilled in the bumper, but then there is the part that you will screw the nut on that holds the camera to the bumper. Well, that's a little bigger than this wire. So I routed this, and there's three wires that poke out in the original wiring harness. So I pulled this out, I'm like, great, it fits. Oh shit, the bolt part doesn't. So I tried to pull it out. Those three wires that was sticking out were getting stuck in the hole. I was like, maybe if I drill while this is in there, it'll be okay. And I ended up going through the harness. So behind the scenes of, yeah, we all fuck up. I'm not a professional, so you know, you gotta fuck up to learn. Obviously, the best way of getting that wire back up is put some electrical tape over the wires that are sticking out and pull it out. That would have been the easier way in saving issues. Thanks to my cousin here for soldering the two wires that I cut on this harness.
Fun fact, I have a. When was I working at Radio Shack?
Shit.
2007? I feel like it was 2007, 2008. Like I bought a. I don't know if you ever remember the commercials for this. This was a thing they had. It's called a cold heat
what?
A cold heat. It is a soldering iron that is cold to the touch once you stop soldering immediately.
See.
Immediately. So, but like when you put the soldering shit in there, it like causes
Somebody
the
else
reaction.
has that. Somebody else has that.
And
Like a company that's around.
yeah, I'm sure. Well, I think cold heat was like it was like the as seen on TV.
Right.
But I feel like Radio Shack had their own version, and they were
Of course.
they were like clearancing out the cold heat, and I bought the last one.
So I'm gonna.
I've used it a total of 3 times. Which one of these was?
Right.
This was one of them.
So what I'm thinking is making a little hole in this grommet, so I can run the wire that's in there through it.
And I'm shocked that light is still running.
Yeah.
You got to understand that was from the Minnesota house,
Oh yeah.
so that's probably 20 years old.
It's ancient.
That battery's still good apparently.
So yeah, that should be good right there. Make it a little cleaner look, you know.
Oh, through the grommet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
That is the way.
Make it a little. Look at that. Look at that nice cleanliness that I know nothing about. On the other hand,
Oh, dude. So somebody contacted me.
yeah. Oh, I saw somebody.
Oh, yeah, because you have the T3G, so you
Yeah.
saw some of that shit, right?
Yeah, but like, what is going on? They're like specifically telling you how to do certain things.
They were like, oh, do you want to, we have these cameras, do you want to review them? And I was like, well, why don't you give me the link, and I'll see them, and I will decide if I want to review them, right?
Right.
Oh, I can't give you the link. Okay, so how am I supposed to find them? Search this. I'm like, all right, well, that gave me 20 pages of results. And then they finally like, page 5, here's a picture. Bro, first of all, the thing that I searched, when you search, I think it said like YouTube camera for vloggers. I think that was the key term they gave me.
Oh, I thought that's what they wanted you to name the video.
No. That's the key phrase that they wanted me to search.
Oh.
It gives you. So you remember that Sony that I have, the like little tiny handy cam?
Right. Oh,
It's
that's
basically
right. I'm
bootleg
screwing.
versions of that with like various accessories attached to them. Oh, and mind you, they all have the exact same sensor because all of them, every single one says 16x digital zoom.
Oh, well then. There you go.
But it's just like they vary from like $60 to fucking $400.
Jesus Christ.
And they're all the same bullshit camera. You know, they're all quote-unquote 4K.
Quote-unquote, dude.
They all have the PC functionality. And honestly, that's the only reason I'm considering it. Because depending on how wide the lens is, I might be able to give that to Erica for her webcam.
Oh, I see.
Because she needs a camera for her Zumba. But
Dude.
that's really the only reason. But it's the one they want me to. By the time they come back to me, they're like, it's on page 5. So they're just trying to rank up. They're trying to get
Yeah,
more.
of course.
But like as much as like just make a new product, don't just repackage the same shit everyone else has.
I'm saying.
Also, fun fact: most of the pictures are renders. So I'm like, that's not a real thing. I know a render when I see one.
Right.
Like, and mind you, a shitty render. Like it's not even.
And
a
mind you
cool
that I
render.
messed this up.
What you fuck it up?
A little bit. I ran.
What'd you do?
Well, I ran over this grommet, which can't.
Oh, well, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just don't know where I put my 10 mil now. See, this is.
I felt like you brought it back.
Did I bring it back?
Well, you had it over there.
Did I have it over there?
I don't know if you can see. I don't see it over there. I don't see it.
There it is.
Got it.
Oh, well, I didn't need it anyways, because the ground just came out. That's how tight that was. I don't know if you guys watched the install video of this, but Jesus, I'm completely screwing this up. But I did mention that I'm getting new. Well, not new. I'm not changing all the tail lights, but I need reverse lights on this car. So that's something I gotta get ordered up. because, well, simply there's no reverse lights on this car, and you need reverse lights. I mean, you just need them. It's just simple as that. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't have them, but you need to have them. I'll work on this wiring a little bit later and get it all cleaned up all nice. But for now, yeah, so with this Talon, with the Talon here, as you guys can see, as I mentioned in the last video, no reverse lights. Obviously this bumper looks like didn't come with how the Eclipse comes, which is usually in the bumper, reverse lights in the bumper, and with the Talon they are by the actual, what's it called, the thing with thing, license plate. They're near the license plate. Well, this bumper doesn't have either or, and up here, you know, he's got, the previous owner put on some aftermarket lights, which is fine. I have no problem with them. I actually am perfectly fine with them. However, the problem is in the middle, all he had was this piece, which is just a blank piece. But if you don't have any reverse lights, these lights actually should have came with a middle piece that has reverse lights in them. These exact lights, which I found online. So I'm gonna have to order those. It's fine, I'll have backups just in case something happens to these, and then I'll put that middle part in. However, I'm almost certain that to hook this up, which is the reverse light, it's gonna have to either, I'm either gonna need to drill holes, which is fine. I'm not actually that bothered by it, just to be able to fit the light. But if not, then I can probably route them through like the wiring through here, depending on how much the lights stick out. So we'll see. I have to order that and we'll figure that out. But yeah, I gotta get that done next. Like this maybe? I wonder. Let's try this. I know this looks weird, but go with me here. Trying something out. Trying something out. Go with me. Jesus. I had to grind down this part of the bracket just because in here, let me get some light. So I ended up changing my mind and I used the screws that are closer over here by the front of the radio instead of all the way in the back, which actually ended up making it fit super good. That's right, I said super good. Now let's see how it looks with the trim back on. I'm sure I can do this one-handed. Oh, maybe not. No! Finally did it. It's on. Let's see if I broke anything. Essentially, you just use one screw on each side so it can still tilt within the housing, and then this trim will hold it the rest of the way in, so this is not going to move anywhere. Oh yeah, by the way, no emergency brake and don't have to hit the top. That's interesting. It's okay. Parts have been ordered for a manual swap. I'm excited, but let's make sure this works. All right, let's take a look. Oh. Whew, I thought I messed something up. It wasn't powering on for a second. But it is going. The initial start, if it hasn't started for a while, is going to take a while on these. Also as well, if you disconnect the battery, of course, which I did. But if the car doesn't sit for too long, I think it's like 48 hours or something like that, it'll do the quick start, which is very, very, very fast. Okay, so that's on. Reverse camera works. Is my phone automatically connected? Yes, it is. Let's play some music.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't